Okay, so Twitter's actually been really good for a couple of things. Also, just meeting new people. I know there's a lot of people I met today that I saw on Twitter and I've talked to, and finally getting to meet them. But I guess just for a few reasons, I guess just like I said, meeting people. But then there's a lot of support type things. Like somebody will say, I have a problem with this, and put it on Twitter, and you'll get a bunch back, a bunch of replies saying this is how you do it. One time I said the Blip TV player is too wide. I might have to go to something else. And somebody from Blip started following me and said, this is what you got to do. And then I DM'd them once they were following me, and I said, hey, are y'all interested in sponsoring? So now that's why they're back here.
Yay.
So that came from all started on Twitter. So that's been one good use of that.
Oh, tell who you are.
Oh, and I'm Michael DeLeon. I'm M. DeLeon on Twitter.
M. DeLeon, and I'm telling you,
E-podcaster.
All right. Let's see. I am Clifford Sound on Twitter. I think Twitter, what the best thing about Twitter is that it gives people the ability to get an instant connection in so many ways with so many people. Twitter basically can be done from any medium, basically from a computer. You can do it from a web browser. You can do it from your Facebook account, MySpace account, and, which is the newer thing for me, which is exactly the crack of all of them, is our phones. There's so many applications that are out there right now that work very well on phones as well, and it lets you keep up your friends list on your phone. For instance, on the iPhone they have one as well, correct? I don't know what it's called on iPhone.
Oh no, there's a bunch, but I mean the mobile Twitter thing works well for Halo or something.
The best thing about it is, like I said, it's one. Unfortunately, Twitter is one of those things that it's either you get it or you don't get it. So if you get it, great, you're going to use it a lot, and you probably use it most of the day. You make about 10 or 15 updates a day. If you don't get it, you hate it, and you think we're all stupid. That's the way it usually works out. But it really is just a way to keep. It's really a way just to keep connected with most people. And it asks a simple question of just, what are you doing at that point? I'm eating lunch. I am taking a shower, which you shouldn't be doing that. Things of the sort. You were asking a question, sir. I'm sorry.
Yes, I was just curious. How is it different from, say, ICQ or other instant messenger type things?
Well, instant messenger clients have to be always connected. I mean, AIM, ICQ, Yahoo, Jabber, whatever, all have to be connected to some kind of source at all the times. Twitter, you can just disconnect yourself and just not watch it at all, but you really are connected the whole time. It's sort of like being connected and not being connected at the same time, because you have the ability to check the Twitter updates when you want to. Like on my BlackBerry, I have a Twitterberry application. I can go up there, update my status, right? But I don't have to look at what anybody else did. I can check everybody's replies when I want to.
Also, part of that is you are in a IM. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but if you're let's say you're using an operating system or a program, you don't know anything about it, you can search Twitter and see if anyone's talking to people about that. So it's like, I use Linux, and Linux, there's a lot of stuff I don't know, even though I've been using it forever. I can search through Twitter and see if anyone else is, just posting their same complaints, or hey, I discovered this, I know how to do it now, and then I can talk to that person as my friend. I have a new contact, know how to work that program. So in IM, ICQ room's a little different. But then again, you still have to know what room to go to. You just search Twitter. I mean, I want to find everyone in San Antonio. I search for San Antonio. Anyone that puts San Antonio is in their profile, or anyone that's even Twittered about San Antonio, you can find them. I mean, I found people in San Francisco, I'm going to San Antonio tomorrow. Well, I don't really care about that, but it showed up. I'm really passionate about Twitter because it's so powerful. And I hear people saying, I don't understand it. There's nothing to understand about it, really.
Just do it.
You just do it. If you don't want to blog, I don't have time to blog. 140 words, that's all you can do. Characters. 140 characters. If you want to put a link in, it'll shorten it, And there's nothing really to understand. I don't get it. There's nothing to get. You just do it. You don't have to put anything personal in there. To be honest with you, I mean, if you want to use it for work, I use it for work.
So, are you Twitter what you're going to do, what you just did, or what you're doing?
I personally, I Twitter everything.
Yes, whatever.
Exactly.
Yes.
I Twitter everything. I was at work the other day, and I was so frustrated with AutoCAD install, and I just put, why can't AutoCAD get their crap together? That's pretty much what, I mean, I use it as stress relief. I use it as just, a help. I'm asking everyone out there help. Go ahead.
When I Twitter, I usually make sure that I tell people what I'm doing in the area of I'm editing and I'm publishing this episode of this podcast at, and put the link so I can get the link backs. And if you use something like hello text, you can then blurt out not only to Twitter but also to Jaiku, to Pounce, to Facebook, MySpace, Bebo, Tumblr, all these at the same time. Now you get the link backs.
Well, that's true, but I want Michael to talk really quickly about the what not to do on Twitter, because you can do that, but if that's all you do, guess what? I'm blocking you.
Yeah, well, okay.
I mean, I would just say, just like most any kind of social networking thing, you know, if you use it too much for PR, it's annoying. Then you become like an advertisement in somebody else's world, and you know, I don't like to have advertisements thrown at me all the time. Although, I mean,
I don't know, that's Windows, no?
what did I
Does anybody know Windows machines? Okay, can you get this? Because we're going to put Twitter up here for
So,
viewers to see.
so some of the things that I see happening on Twitter that for me personally, I don't like is like the person who comes and they follow you and you go look at their profile and you see that they're following literally 10,000 people and they have 10 people following them.
Right.
And you're like, oh, the reason why they're following 10,000 people is they want to get they're trying to get as many people as possible to follow them so that they can then later spam you with their things. Or I'll go check out what they've posted to Twitter, and I'll look and I'll see if every one of their posts is a link to their blog. I absolutely don't follow them, you know. And then I look, and if it's like every even second or third or fourth one is a link to their blog, I want people who are kind of engaged in a conversation, you know? So, and that's the thing about answering the question, what are you doing? Actually, a lot of people don't answer that question. I mean, they do, but then through that end up getting into conversations. Like I'll say, I'm getting ready to watch Battlestar Galactica.
And I'll be like, oh, did you see the most recent episode?
Blah, blah, blah. And, you know, a whole conversation about Battlestar Galactica, you know.
But you do that with Twitter, right?